Real estate investing sounds great until you realize managing tenants, managing property managers, or all the maintenance that comes along with it is really just a second job. And if all that sounds terrible, land might be the answer for you. No tenants, no repairs, no phone calls, no shoes, no shirt, no problems. Just land that will also appreciate over time. It might be the one instance where time is on your side. And today I'm showing you how to invest in land the right way, plus 2 real-life examples that prove this strategy actually works. And at the end of this video, I'll be covering land investing versus cash-flowing properties and letting you in on the pros and cons of each of those. I'm Trent Babb, your Central Texas real estate agent, and I specialize in off-market properties of land, RV parks, and storage facilities in Central Texas. If you want to see land before the public sees it, visit trentbabb.ranchroads.com. The more you search, the better my AI-driven website gets, or drop a comment below and I'll personally reach out to you to discover exactly what you're looking for so I can find it for you. Now, let's go over some of the reasons why land is a smart passive investment. And frankly, land isn't the sexiest investment you can make if you don't like being outdoors with your family. And if that isn't your cup of tea, maybe you'd rather go golfing with your family. That's my personal favorite thing to do, but it's one of the most hands-off investment strategies that you can make. There's no repairs to make, there's no roofs to replace, there's no kitchen cabinets to replace, there's no tenants calling you at midnight. It just sits there and grows in value over time, especially here in Central Texas. It's also cheaper to own. Property taxes in most cases are lower, and there's no maintenance. You can buy it and forget about it at your leisure until it's time to sell. Let's go over how to buy the land real quick. And you've got a few options here, depending on your situation. 1, cash. You can pay up front, no interest, no monthly payments, and usually a stronger negotiating power just because of the surety of cash. You also have seller financing options where the owner becomes the lender. You can have lower down payments this way, more flexible terms, and no banking fees. You also have the more traditional route, which is conventional financing. If the land has utilities, road access, and developmental potential, some banks will lend but expect a 15 to 30% down payment and a slower approval process. Here in Texas, one of the most consistent lenders for land loans is Capital Farm Credit. They're experienced in raw, royal, and agricultural loans, so they'll understand the land game, and they won't look at you sideways like some banks do when you go and ask for a land loan. There are some other local lenders, and this just depends on your location, but the Texas Farm Credit and Austin Bank also offer solid land options depending on your location again, but the best methods will always circle back around to depending on your budget, your timeline, and your investment goals. Are you flipping, developing, holding long term? Know your play before you buy and stick to the game plan. Okay, now let's go over some real life investment examples that I've experienced in my professional career. Okay, example number 1, and this is one strategy that you can do. Buy a big piece of land and then break it down, subdivide it to smaller tracts and resell. A client of my broker bought 219 acres off market in Salado near Mill Creek Golf Course and Royal Street and along Royal Street Road that leads directly down into Salado. He bought it in 2017 at a price of $2.1 million, which at the time was like $3,000 per acre over market value. And he held it for 7 years, then sold it off piece by piece at 55 acres at a time. And because the market hit right in 2021 and 2022, and just the appreciation of land in total, his total return was a $5 million payout. The best part is no tenants, no management, just smart timing and a great location, and also patience. And let's go over the strategy 2, which is what most investors do, which is buy and hold for future development down the road. So one of my clients bought 30 acres along I-35 between West and Waco, Texas. It is perfect for a truck stop because there is no truck stop on that side of the highway, RV park, RV and boat storage or just storage, or light industrial build-to-suit type of things. But it's in a floodplain, and worse, the floodplain goes directly down the middle of the property, and there is only about 5 to 10 acres that are out of the floodplain. I beg them not to buy this property because of the headaches that come with floodplain. You just have additional costs, additional insurance if you were to develop a property, or you'd have to haul in additional dirt to get above the floodplain. but the location is gold. And my clients were completely fine with holding out long term because eventually they are going to get the return on their property. Because they bought it so cheap, they could sit on it for a long time and wait until the right buyer comes along. And that's land investing. That is the land game. And location is everything. But most importantly, they knew their goals before they bought the property. So the floodplain didn't make much of a difference for them, so they stuck to their plan, and now the property is probably worth at least 3 times what they purchased the property for. Okay, now let's go over some pros and cons of land investing versus income producing properties. Okay, so frankly, RV parks and storage units bring in cash every month. The moment you buy it, the very next month is going to pay you back, and that is my personal favorite investment. But let's break down the pros and cons of each of them before I lay out which is better for your situation. And let's start with the pros of income producing properties. Monthly cash flow. You get consistent income from rent monthly. I'm talking the very next month you purchase the property. That is your money. Mailbox money is what we like to call it. 2, leverage. Banks that purchase these types of properties like to see cash flowing investments, like to see the property cash flow, and they're more likely to finance the properties and then also use them as collateral. That's why they like to finance those types of properties, because if you default on the property, at least it brings in some income. And number 3, tax benefits. You can write off depreciation, repairs, even interest, and reduce your income tax significantly, if not all the way to 0. And number 4, and this is what everyone's looking for, is a faster ROI, return on your investment. Because the property is making money right away, you're not waiting on the appreciation, and the tenants are paying down the principal, the equity that you're going to get on top of the appreciation when the time comes to sell it, if you want to sell it all. Now let's go over some cons of income producing properties. Management, tenants, maintenance, late night calls, and don't forget all the spam calls that you will receive constantly. I mean, they should be prosecuted or hanged or something, because I own a storage facility in Belton and I get them every day, 10 times a day. Higher operating costs. If you have a property manager, you have to pay for the property management, any repairs going on, and then the cost of any vacancies that you have in any of those properties, and also the property taxes. That eats up into your return on investment. So it's one thing to look whenever you're purchasing some of those properties like that, is to know how much the owner is spending on expenses. And also market sensitivity. Rental prices and demand can always shift. It is hard to navigate the real estate market when you have no control over it. So you just have to bob and weave with the market, and that always brings up uncertainty. And the last one, it's harder to sell. I shouldn't say harder to sell, but with RV parks and rentals, they take time to offload just because you have to sell to a specific type of buyer. You get tons of interest of people wanting to buy those, but not everyone is capable of buying that property. And if they are capable of buying it, sometimes they don't have any experience in running some of those facilities. So finding the right buyer is tough. Now let's go over some pros and cons about investing in land. Okay, we'll start with the pros of land investments. It's truly passive. No buildings, no tenants, and no maintenance when owning land. You have low holding costs when holding land. You have minimum taxes in most cases and no insurance, and you don't have any maintenance or upkeep on the property unless you choose to have a weekend outside the house and just get on the tractor and shred some grass or excavate some trees or something like that. And a simple exit strategy. When the time's right, you sell. No cleanup, no evictions, no notices. You don't have to wait 8 months just to remodel a property so that you can put it on the market, and then you run into the gamble of, is the market even going to bring what you thought it was 8 months ago? And the appreciation potential, especially near growing cities or along highways like I-35. We have Highway 36 in this area. And those are always, especially in Central Texas with this fast growing, those are high return areas. Flexible use. You can flip it, subdivide it, develop it for later. That's mainly what you're selling when you're selling land. You're selling its potential of what it could be down the road. Now, with everything, there's cons to land investments as well, and that's what we'll go over next. In my opinion, one of the biggest cons about land investments is there's no monthly income. So you're responsible for paying the property taxes or the loan, and you don't benefit from the tenants paying those expenses for you. Also, financing is tougher. There's fewer lenders and a higher down payment. You should expect 15% to 30% down payments on land unless you've been working with a lender for quite a while and have built long-standing relationship with them. Slower liquidity. So you're holding until the real estate market hits a price that you're willing to sell it at. You know, the guessing game of real estate market is a slippery one, and this might take longer than you actually expected. And the due diligence is critical when buying land because zoning, access, utilities, if you get that wrong, you're stuck with the property, or you have to sell for far less than you were intending to sell for. There's so many deals that I have wanted my investors to get into, but when you dig a little deeper, they're good, but some things aren't there and you have to back out of it. So now that I've gone through the pros and cons of each, let's see which one's better for you. So if you like the idea of mailbox money, monthly cash flow, and you don't really mind the headaches of RV parks, rentals, multifamily, or storage, cash flow producing properties might be the right move for you. But every situation is different, and if you're like me and not in real estate and don't understand the management side of it, you've got a busy life, maybe aging parents at home, young hellions running around the house on top of a full-time job, and zero interest in managing tenants, then land might be the better fit for you. It's slower, but it is simpler, and sometimes that's just what we need. So in my opinion, land investing is one of the smartest ways to build wealth without the headaches that come along with rental properties. No tenants, no maintenance, no shoes, no shirt, no problem. Whether you want to buy, hold, flip, or develop, I'll help you do it the right way. Visit trentbabb.ranchroads.com. Start your land search today, or comment below, tell me what you're looking for, and I'll go find it for you. You can also reach out to me directly. My information will be right here and in the description below. I'm Trent Babb, your Central Texas real estate agent, and if you found value in this video, please like, subscribe, turn on the notifications so you'll be notified the next time a video drops. And if you've already started investing in land, drop your experience in the comments below, and let's help each other grow. And finally, if there is a topic you'd like me to expand on, drop it in the comments as well, and I will create a video on it with more detail on that subject. But that's all for this video. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.
Things will be alright, so quit your worry. I get it. The odds from stacked back against the wall.